Uh, I will have to go a little bit early.
Sure. Okay. Do you want the good news or the bad news, guys?
All of them.
Okay, let's go with the bad news first. The bad news is today is all about putting your skills into action and actually doing some fairly complicated Japanese. The good news is I had a really nice plate of fish and chips last night for dinner.
Oh, this is good news for us.
You're supposed to say that's irrelevant news, not good news. Okay, but we'll start with this. Where is it now? Where is that? Here we go. So again, like last week, I'd like you to do a self-introduction, and I'm going to ask you some questions. So this is your way to introduce yourself. Here's all the stuff here. Hajimashite, da 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 da, la 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 la, and then I may ask you some auxiliary questions at the end. It's all in this grey box. That's what you need to look at, the grey box. Over here, over here, over here. Can you see it? Over here. Right, okay, good. So, Tachi, would you like to go first?
はい、はじめまして。
はじめまして。
私の名前はタージセルです。私は41歳です。トルコ人だけど、オランダに住んでいます。
Very good.
私の仕事は芸術です。よろしくお願いします。
タチさんは、社長でしょ？
はい。
芸術者だけじゃなくて、社長ですね。
はい。日本芸術文化センターユーテレクトの社長です。
おすごい。
はい。
じゃあ、趣味は何をしますか？
趣味は、写真、写真を撮ることです。アニメを見るのことが好きです。
はい、
毎日。そして私は剣道家です。剣道3段、ヤイド4段です。
はい。それで、好きなものはもちろん武道が好きだし、写真を撮るとかアニメも好きだし、他には例えば特に好きな料理はありますか？
好きな料理たくさんあります。食べたことが好きです。
何でも好きでしょ。
餃子は好きです。
餃子、私も好きですね。絶対食べないものありますか？
はい。唐辛子。
唐辛子。
はい。
そう。トルコ人なのに。
はい。トルコ人なのに。
辛いものはあまり好きじゃないですか？
ない。ね、ない。いいえ。
好きじゃないですね。So if I say, this is a kind of double negative question. I'm saying 好きじゃないですか. So 好きじゃない means, of course, don't like it. And then I'm finishing with ですか. So if the answer is that's correct.
Yes, I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. You say, はい、好きじゃない。
はい。
Yeah. Good, good, good. Okay. そして、なんで芸術の仕事を選びましたか？
なんでもないけど、I forgot the word. What am I doing? 演劇。
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 フィーターですか？アクティングですか？
はい。アクティングじゃないけど、デザイン。
デザイン、演劇。 あ、それは、大学の専門ですか？演劇。
はい。
ああ、なるほど。演劇。あ、ドラマ、theater and theater play。
No set and costume design.
ああ、OK。あ、じゃあ、というのは、
Scenography, actually.
どちらですか？
Scenography.
ああ、OK。シネマトグラフィーですか？
はい。No.
Oh, scenography.
Scenography.
Ah, okay. So, okay. So, like the scene, the setting.
Yeah, space design, set design,
なるほど。
light design, all inside.
ああ、なるほど。
I don't know how to say it in Japanese, scenography.
多分、何て言いますか。劇場の、そうか。劇場のシーンの準備でしょう。現場、シーンの舞台。あ、劇場の舞台。舞台 is the stage or the scene or the setting、舞台の作る人です。
Not really. I don't have to
デザインする人。
I don't have to make it myself. I have to
じゃ
design.
あ、劇場の舞台のデザイナーです。
はい。
そう、面白いですね。
はい、好きです。
はい、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
まいちゃん。どうぞ。
Okay. Okay, Tatsu was talking too fast for my.
That's okay. Just do what you can. Today's only about practice. It's not about achieving a certain performance level. It's just your chance.
Yeah,
to do some practice.
I need to know in advance to be mentally prepared mostly, not.
It's okay. It's okay. It's the best way to learn and to be good at something is just to play with it. Even if you make mistakes, just play.
All
right. My mental preparedness comes from Jaku business because I keep meeting new Japanese people and I keep failing badly.
It's okay. It's no problem to make. Nobody expects perfection in a language unless even from Japanese people.
They appreciate actually that I try.
Well, exactly. Yeah. It means you're interested in trying to communicate with them in their language. This is
exactly
anything that's important. Yeah. はい、もえしちゃんどうぞ。頑張って。
Okay, so, はじめまして。私の名前はコスタディーナです。The age 35歳です。ギリシャ人です。ギリシャの、
This is correct. ギリシャ人ですね。
ギリシャ人です。私の仕事は看護婦です。
はい。
今働きません。
今働き、Yeah, exactly. 働きません。
Okay. よろしくお願いします。No. Do I need to say something else?
いいえ、今、とりあえずよろしくお願いしますと言って、そして私がコンスタンティーナさんに質問を聞きます。どうぞよろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
はい、よろしくお願いします。じゃあ、コンスタンティーナさんの趣味は何でしょうか？
I don't remember.
What?
I don't remember what I did in the weekend.
No. 週末じゃないよ。趣味は、
趣味。
ホビーですよ。
私の趣味は、パンの焼くことです。
そうですね。
日本語勉強します。
はい。
プレイステーションします。
Constantine, do you remember we did this study thing? Actually, you taught everybody how to do it.
Yes.
So here's a good opportunity to make a non-exhaustive list of things that you do. どうぞ。
So I can say,パンをやった
やったり、
だったり、
やったりね。やったり。
やったり、
sorry。焼いたり。
焼く
焼いたりね。
焼いたり、
Mhm.
焼いたり、プレイステーション知ったり、
はい。
日本語、勉強したりです。
そうですね。プレイステーションにどんなゲームが好きですか？どんな。
今はスカイリム、します。
RPG のタイプですね。で、
古いゲームです。
古いゲーム。うん。コンスティーヌさんは、ホローナイトが好きですか？やったことありますか？ホローナイト。
I don't know. 知りません。
そうですか。他のアンディーズ・ジャパニーズコーナーのメンバーが、ホローナイトが好きらしいですよ。好きだそうです。
好きだそうです。OK。ホローナイト。
私はまだやったことがありませんけれども、多分将来にやるつもりです。私とトベも、ごめんなさい、どうぞ。
ホローナイト何ですか？
プレイステーションだけじゃなくて、ゲームです。ビデオゲームです。はい。私とトベもパンを焼くことが好きですよ。ね。
トベさん。
トベさん。
すみません。
私とトベさんもパンを焼くことが好きですね。
はい、好きです。
実はトベはプロフェッショナルでしょ？
そうですか。
established。
多分私ともやしちゃんよりプロフェッショナルでしょ？
はい、そうです。
そうですね。はい。もやしちゃん、どうして Facebook に作ったパンの写真を載せないの？
何？
どうしてパンを作ったこと、写真を撮って Facebook に載せないんですか？
Why need to put on Facebook the recipe of the bread?
レシピじゃなくて写真。
フォト。写真。フォト。
私の作ったパンは、70% はまあまあです。パンケーキみたいですよ。でも、時々だけいいパンを作って、私はすごくプライドを持って、すぐに写真を撮って、Facebook に出します。そしてみんなが、アンディはうまいよ。上手。でも、私のすごく悪いパンの写真見てないですよ。
Wait, how do you see problem?
問題
が、私の、I say husband?
両親旦那さん。
パンを食べました。
もう、作って、そしてすぐに食べちゃう。そうか。
天気がありません。
時間ですね。
時間です。
時間がありません。それは問題だね。そして、はい、もちろん。
次。
そうですね。オーブンから取ったときに、すぐに休んだって。本当に私が、パンに興味ありますから、ぜひ今度パンを作ったとき、写真を撮って私に送ってくださいね。
OK。
はい。トベさんも興味ありますね。
すみません。
興味 means interest。
OK。
トベさんも皆さんの作るパンに興味があるそうです。
はい、そうです。 パンをきれいなです。
pretty.
pretty bread.
Pretty bread.
Or nice looking bread. Could you say きれいな？
きれいなはいいですよ。きれいなパン。
きれいなパン。
美味しいパンです。美味しい。
私のパンは食べられますけれども、あまりきれいではありません。
We don't care about the outside, we care about the taste.
美味しいかどうかはもうわからないよ。
Oh.
でも最近私が、フェネル、パンにフェネル Do you know フェネルフェネルシードを使うようにしたんですが、結構美味しくなりますね。美味しくなります。It becomes delicious.
そうね。そうね。
そうですね。フェネルの味とパンの味はよく合います。They blend well together.
甘いですか？
そんなに結構ちょっと辛いですよ。
辛い？
ちょっとまあ辛くない。香りがあります。There's an aroma.
そうです。
そして口の中にも香りが出ますから、なんか違う味になります。Becomes a different taste with the smell in the mouth.
Okay.
美味しいですよ。たくさん使うことじゃなくて、ちょっとだけ。例えば、ローフの一つに、パンの一つに、多分、ティースプーンの半分ぐらいです。
そうね。
半分だけ。
半分。
はい、マイシャン、ありがとうございました。はい、トベさん、どうぞ。
はじめまして、トビヤスです。39歳です。スウェーデンから来ました。私の仕事はパン屋です。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。トベさんの、もちろん、イアイドをやってるでしょ？
はい、そうです。
あとは、日本語を勉強してるでしょ？
はい、そうです。
あとの趣味は何ですか？
あとは、ゴルフ得意です。ゴルフと運動と懸垂するが好きです。懸垂するが好きです。
懸垂って、
懸垂。
ちょっと待ってください。懸垂ですか？そう、日本語でしょ？懸垂。
はい。懸垂。
懸垂。construction。そう。architecture ですか？
No, home construction.
DIY とか。そう。それは趣味ですか？なんか、仕事みたいですよ。
仕事ない。仕事じゃないです。趣味です。
木から物を作りますか？木。
wood。はい。
そう。じゃあ、カーペントリーですか？
そうです。
どういうものを作りますか？どんなものを作りますか？
どんなもの？What things?
What kind of things? Yeah.
What kind? Not sure how to say it in 日本語と。
じゃあどうぞ、まず英語で言って、そして一緒に勉強しましょう。最初、英語で言って。
cutting where you put your tatami, cutting. I can't remember in
Tameshigiri.
English.
試し切りね。
Tameshigiri,
Hi.
the stand.
ああ、はいはいはい。
Yeah.
試し切り崖。崖。
Gakke.
はい。
Bam-
はい。
Tameshigiri gakke to barrels.
barrels。
Barrel.
あ
barrel.
ちょっと待って。barrel is、樽。
Taru.
樽。
Taru.
ビールの樽ですか？あ、そう。
小さいの
樽。
樽。
できるだけ小さいとものの間にのをつけないでくださいね。の。
はい。そうだ。
使わないでくださいね。小さい樽。小さい人。バカなアンディとか。バカのアンディじゃない。バカなアンディです。
はい。So, and home improvements
はい。
as well.
ペンキとか。
building.
ああ、そうですか。
Renovating. Yes.
ああ、そう。自分の家ですか？他の家ですか？
私の家です。
ああ、はい。疲れそうですよ。疲れるそうです。
そうですね。
でしょ？
そうでしょ。
だからいつもトベさんが眠い。
いつも、always。
いや、そうですね。いつも。そうそうそう。
いつもです。
はい。じゃあ、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
タチさん、私は最近、もちろん、それぞれの国の料理が違うんですけども、トルコ料理とレバニーズ料理とギリシャ料理に最近私が、作り始めました。マシャも多分分かってると思いますけども、同じ言葉を使うでしょ。例えば、フムスとか、フムスと、あれオーバージンがあるものは何だっけ？ムサカ。
ババガンヌシ。
あ、ババガンヌシだ。そうですね。はい。
はい。シャクシュカ。
そう。
ザジキand ジャジク。
ザジキ、そうですね。それを作り始めました、最近。
頑張ってください。
頑張ります。あとは、つい最近。
これは面白いですね。私は友達があります。ペルシーはギリシャ人です。
はい。
マリアはレバニーズでもアルメニアンです。3人と、how to say, we said, レストランと始めましょう。
いい考えでしょ？
ギリシャの料理、トルコの料理、アルメニアの料理、レバニーズの料理、全部how to say, all in one restaurant?
合わせて
レストランと始めましょう。
それはいい考えでしょう。いい考えですね。
けど、それは3年前のこと。
の話。そうですか。私の特に興味があるものは、例えば、ムサカ。レバニーズムサカとグリシャのムサカとトルコのムサカは全部違うでしょ？
Probably.
で、どうしても、フムスも、それぞれの国に違いあります。それはすごく面白いと思いますよ。文化の、面白さだと思いますね。
例えば、シャクシュカは 私の作詞家はクリシャスタイルと思います。でも、モロコの作詞家はとても違う。
違うでしょうね。
とても違う。
その、文化とエスニシティと料理の関係は、関係と違いは、それはすごく面白いと思います。イギリス料理なら、そういう面白いベリエーションはないですから、すごく面白いですね。もちろん、多分、イスラムの影響とか、アラビアの強い影響 means influence, by the way. 影響で、そんなに
エジプトとインディアの。
そうですね。はい。考えると、アフリカの西側からずっと、まあ、どこまで、トルコまで、遠いでしょ？
遠い？
遠い。It's a long way from West Africa to Turkey.
はい、はい、そうです。
大きい。
でも、once upon a time? How do you say once upon a time? 昔、全部はオットマンで。
そうでしたね。はい、はい、はい。それは面白いですね。
エジプトからとバルカンまで
そうですね。
オットマンでした。
はい、はい。すごく、まあ、歴史もあるし、文化もあるし、すごく面白いですよ。
はい。
でも私が、料理に興味がありすぎて、取りました。
ジョック先生のフォローですか？
そうです。はい。私は、何て言いますか？後弟子です。
頑張ってください。
はい。全部食べます。もやしちゃん、いいですよ。リラックスしてください。絶対食べないものはありますか？絶対食べないものがありますか？ Anything you definitely won't eat?
もちろん。
もちろん。
トブさん、もちろん。わからない。名前は、muscles？
ムール。
ムール。絶対。
そう。どうしてですか？
小さい時に食べました。気持ち
口の中の気持ちがなんか変でした。変でしたか。
Non mi piace per niente.
So?
Niente.
One more time? Was that Japanese?
No, that was Italian.
Oh, okay.
Just, I cannot switch release, you know?
Okay. でも、シェルフィッシュは貝と言います。貝、shellfish. Kai, so the word for shellfish, like mussels and whelks and things, is kai.
Looks like miru.
Looks
like miru, the kanji.
そうですよ。そうですね。見ると、足があるでしょ。そう、ごめんなさい。もう一つの、目の下にこの足があるでしょ。ね。はい。貝ですね。貝の中に、貝の全体の中に、なんかムールの方が美味しいと思いますけども、もやしちゃんは他の貝が好きですか？貝は全部嫌いですか？
貝は全部嫌いです。
そうですか。じゃあ、 じゃあ、その気持ちの中の気持ちですね。口の中の気持ちですね。なるほど。
Only that. How you say only this?
only. それのみ。それだけ。それのみ。
それのみ。それ。食べません。
そうか。ロブスターとかカニとか。
好きです。
そうですか。じゃあ、そのガミやつだけはあまり好きじゃないですね。
I found a word for it.
注意。
なるなる。
なるなる。そうですか。なるなる。なるなる。なるなる。
slimy, slippery, greasy, clammy. なるなる。
なるなるです。よく周りの人は私について、アンディはなるなるだと言いますけど。
ね
え。そんなことないよ。
私は、会は大体問題はないですけれども、オイスターは日本語でオイスターはカキと言います。カキ。パーシモンもカキです。オイスターもカキと言います。
カキ is fruit.
It's the persimmon. Yeah.
The persimmon.
でも、オイスターもカキと言います。
OK。
でも、味は問題ないし、口の中の気持ちも問題ないですけれども、私が2回か3回ぐらい食べたことがありますが、毎回病気になりました。
OK。
多分アレルギーとか、アレルギーと言います。アレルギーとか、アレルギーとか、ラッキーかアンラッキーです。運が悪かったかな。でも、一緒にレストランに行った人、私の友達とか同僚とか、一緒にいたときに、彼らは病気になりませんでした。私だけ。ですから、多分私がアレルギーだと思います。
私はキノコアレルギーです。
キノコ、チェスナッツ。
No、
キノコ、ごめんなさい、キノコ。ごめんなさい、キノコ。そう。全部のキノコそう。
お腹が痛い。
ごめんなさい、お腹が。
それは残念です。
残念ですよね、本当に。
お腹が痛い。ボミット
吐きます。
吐きます。
そう。
病院行きました。
そう。本当に。もう。
好きです。
はい。もし、例えば、イタリアのパスタソースの中に少しだけキノコがあったら、もう吐きますか？小さいなら
問題ありません。
たくさんだけ食べると、ブラですか？
たくさんない。もしたくさん食べたら。
特にイタリアには、とても美味しいキノコがあって残念ですね。
It's everywhere.
そうですね。ありがとうございます。戸部さん、ゴルフのハンディカップは決まってますか
？10ジョンです。10ジョンです。10ジョンです。
ジョン
はい。
4ですか ?14 ですか ?14
ジョンです。
14です。
14。ジョン。
いや、ジョンじゃない。
ジョン。
今、
sorry。
4。
14です。
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 はい、
はい
そうですね。
はい
ごめんなさい、スウェーデン語で J はやでしょ ?やは J でしょごめんね。リバースでしょ逆でしょはい、ごめんね。
そうですね。
はい、14点。
14。
14点。points。14点。
うん、そうです。
はい。私は他にゴルフのことはわかりませんよ。ハンディカップとゴルフ場があることと、ウッド、アイアン、それだけ、その他にはわかりません。
ああ、そううん。わ、あれです。わかれます。
I can understand how you don't
Okay. No, 知れます。知れます。You can learn.
Okay. How do you say this? 勉強できます。You can study.
勉強できます。
習えます。
習います。
そうですね。よく私の家の近くに、私の家は田舎にあります。田舎ってわかりますか皆さん。田舎。countryside。そして私の家の周りに散歩できるところがたくさんあります。私の一番好きなルートはゴルフ場の中ですよ。4分の1はゴルフ場の中です。もちろんすごく綺麗ですね、ゴルフ場は。
もっと綺麗な。
すごく綺麗ですね。それはいいことですね。
atmosphere nice。
雰囲気はいいですね。静かだし、周りは綺麗だし。
綺麗です。
綺麗ですね。
綺麗です。
私が昔々にゴルフを始めようと思ったんですが、もちろんブドウとか女性とか他のこともありましたから時間がありませんでしたが、でもゴルフの何て言いますか、面白さ、楽しさ。So 面白い means interesting. 面白さ means interest. It turns the adjective into a noun. It nominalizes the adjective. So 面白さ means the interest. 楽しさ the enjoyment. That's how I can make a noun out of the adjective. 面白さと楽しさがよくわかりますよ。よくわかります。
よく often?
Well.
I understand it well.
例えば、テニスをやると大変でしょすぐ疲れる。すぐ疲れます。You can get tired really quickly.
Yeah.
そして
疲れて。
疲れます。
はい、
もちろん、ゴルフをやると疲れますけれども、自分のペースでできますから。
いろいろ。sometimes
時々
もっと早くですね。時々遅いです。
ゆっくり。
ゆっくりです。そうですね。けど、いろいろです。
そうですね。もし天気が悪かったら大変ですけども、天気がいいとき、ゴルフ場に行って、綺麗なセッティングに行って、自分のペースでやっ で、それはなんか、なんで好きだかよくわかります。なんで好きだかよくわかります。I understand why people like it.
Therefore, therefore
Yeah.
it's likable.
Yes, yeah, I understand this. そうですね。今は同じ。じゃあ、とりあえず会話の練習はこれまでです。とりあえず、for the time being、とりあえず、会話の練習、conversation practice、これまでです。We'll up to here。コンスタンティーナちゃん、もやしちゃん、なんで嬉しいですか？会話はすごく大切です。会話、conversation はとても大切でしょ？
はい。聞こえます。I like to listen.
話すのは
好きです。
好きですか？じゃあ、聞くのは好きです。話すのは好きです。なんで
聞く好きです。話す好きではありません。
あ、そう。どうしてですか？
I'm not very confident.
So confidence is called 自信。So you say I have no
skillful, like skillful.
No, 自信。You're thinking of 上手。
No. 自信 when you say skillful for yourself.
得意。
Yeah. 得意ではありません。
So this is 得意。So this is 得意よくない。
得意よくない。
でも、もやしちゃんの気持ちがわかりますけれども、コンスティーナさんは上手ですよ。自信を持って。have confidence。I'll explain。最初、私は日本語で説明します。よく、周りの日本人は、例えば、日本に行ったとき、日本人と話して、そして日本人が私に、日本語はすごいですよ。すごく上手ですよ。すごく自然に話せるのはすごいです。なんでそんなに上手に話せますかと聞きます。私に。どのくらい勉強しましたか？何年間勉強しましたかと聞いて、私が、じゃあ大体、少しずつ17歳から、例えばナイトスクールに行って、本から行って、そして2年日本に住んだことがありますから。私の説明です。私の回答です。答えです。そして彼らは信じられない。なんか特別の人じゃないですか？いや、じゃないですよ。そして、本当は私が結構早く勉強しました。得意よくなりました。なぜかというと、これだけです。私のシークレットです。間違えても平気です。ただ、いえ。間違えても平気です。ただ、平気。It's cool. 平気は、平気 means kind of relaxed. It's not a problem. It's fine. It's fine. 平気。間違えても平気です。ただ、何か、いえ。何か、something? いえ。This is a command, not いえ。It's not no. It's you made into a command. いえ。Just say something. Just say something. 間違えても、even if you make a mistake. Just talk. 話して。そして、自然に上手になります。自然に、naturally、上手になります。
becomes more skillful.
でも、なんていうか、私は平気に誰かにも日本語を勉強します。例えば、日本で、バーに行ってビールを飲んだりとか、そしてもし私が一人で行っても、パブ屋さん、バーマネージャーに話します。私は多分間違います。時々。多分、時々、マネージャーの話が分かりません。でも、やってみないと進歩しません。やってみない。If you don't try, 進歩、progress しません。だから、できるだけ、ただ、特に、アンディーズ日本語コーナーのところは、セーフスペースですから、誰も、私は時々笑います。Sometimes I will laugh. でも、あれは違うよと言いません。間違いた方が勉強します。勉強するチャンスですね。はい。
はい。
けど、他人に話して大変わかりやすいですと思います。
私に
あなたは他人に話して。他人。
individually? 他の人、別の人、somebody else.
他人に話して、大変わかりやすいと思います。
わかりました。じゃあ、アンディの方が担任よりわかりやすい。わかりやすいでしょ。それは普通です。私もexcuse me、日本語の学校に行ったとき、もちろん日本語の先生がゆっくり話して、わかりやすく話して、しょうがないですよ。それは普通ですよ。もし私が、今、hang on, let's change into English for a second. Tobe, when I'm talking to you and Constantina and Tachi in English, I also speak quite slow, fairly easy to understand English. But if I spoke to somebody, a friend from my hometown, in English, believe it or not, probably all three of you would have difficulty understanding what I was saying. Not because it's a funny accent. I come from somewhere quite close to London, so the accent's not that different. But I also shorten all the words and use colloquialisms and kind of mutter, talk like inside your mouth. But if you learn English from an English school or from BBC or something, it's completely different, isn't it? Yeah. But unless you have to have the basics explained first and have kind of slow conversation to build up. Of course. But at some point in that kind of bridge between one side is school where people speak easy to understand and it's all very set and formal, and the other bank, which is real life, you sometimes have to put your foot in the water to get to the other side. You have to do it because you can't, if you spend all your time only listening to school standard Japanese, then it's really difficult to understand everyday Japanese, and you have to put your feet into the water really and get wet and try to swim.
May I give a testimonial about your English? Normally I had one friend from London, one friend from Ireland, and I would always make them repeat what they said like 3 times to understand. Even though they are directly speaking to me nice and easy, I would never understand. But these lessons, when I watch them in YouTube, even if I run it in 1.5 speed, I still understand what you're saying.
Does my voice sound like Constantina's at 1.5 speed?
It doesn't change.
Okay.
I I must say that I worked with patients from Manchester. Nothing is difficult in English for me after that.
This is
Especially,
true.
yeah, Manchester, Liverpool. I was like, with the patients with a stroke. I was going to my coworkers like, what did she say? He said, I don't understand either. You are English and you don't understand.
Liverpool especially can be really hard. Because they always talk like this.
That's the problem in every language, I guess, because at work we had a logistic guy coming, and told us what he wanted, and my coworker said, I don't understand you. So and I think he said 3 times, I do not understand you. Could you take it in English, please? He said, and then yeah, and he actually my coworker didn't hear that he spoke Swedish in a broad accent. so the guy totally flipped up. I'm speaking Swedish.
Have you seen the Danish video, the Danish comedy video, when they're saying that nobody understands Danish anymore?
Yes.
Was it Kamalusa? Kamalusa?
I'm not sure. It was some time ago now, but I've seen it. Yeah, it's a store, isn't it?
Yeah. So he goes in to get a bike, something.
Yeah.
I realized the funny pronunciation, Japanese pronunciation that Dutch-speaking people have, and I realized it like last year. In Dutch, there are double consonants. Double vowels, and then there are some rules. Even if it's written with one vowel, you still read it like double. And it's unwritten rule, but they all, of course, know it by heart. So if there's if it's like a consonant vowel, they read first vowel always long. So you will always hear Dutch-speaking people cannot say kata, they say kata.
Kata, yeah.
or shinkagiri.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I heard Rene refer to Otake Sensei as Otake Sensei. It's like, why is Otake Sensei?
No, same with Italians. The Italians have pronouncing all the Japanese words completely wrong, because they don't say the H. Right,
yeah.
Hajimemashite, yeah. Without the H. It's like, no, it's more like ha. You need to say that ha. They do all the Italian pronunciation of the Japanese terms are like none.
Yeah. I guess it's just, it takes time to kind of get everybody, especially in the Budo community, to realize that there's a kind of protocol to reading Japanese written in I shouldn't say English, written in Roman, and until people understand that ha is not ha and it's not ah, it's going to take some time to get everybody to kind of do that. But this is why I like this Andy's Japanese Corner, because gradually we can kind of spread this knowledge out to everybody. It's not left to just me and Louis and Jock, and Mommy. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so anyway, as I said, what I said in Japanese was I picked up Japanese, or I seem to pick up Japanese really quickly. I don't have any special language abilities at all. It's just that I really wanted to learn Japanese. So every opportunity I would just speak, and then people would speak back to me. And sometimes I'd make a mistake, sometimes I couldn't understand, but this is the only way to kind of progress quickly. I mean, it's my secret to getting there quickly is just make an idiot of yourself. Don't worry about making a fool of yourself, really. Because in the end, like you said, Tachi, when Japanese people hear you making an effort, then they warm to you. And
it's in any culture, any language. If you try to speak someone's language, they will always be appreciated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but just, and you really learn from mistakes. You really do. That's why as I said in the class, I might laugh, but I'll never say, don't say that, that's wrong, because the mistakes are good. Mistakes are good in the class and in real life as well. If you happen to meet a very sympathetic Japanese person, then they will say to you, you should say this instead. And they'll talk to you in a speed like I talk to you. So, for example, I think I've told you this story before. First time I spoke to Ishido sensei was on the phone, and I was terrified because it's much easier to kind of understand what somebody's saying in a foreign language if you're talking to them face to face. So my telephone Japanese was really bad, and my Iaido teacher at the time phoned up Ishido sensei and gave the phone to me and said, "Dozo." And I said, "Moshi moshi, watashi no namae wa Andy desu." And he spoke completely at my level. He could just understand what I can understand just from the few words that I spoke, and he spoke slowly, and I understood 100% of everything he said. And to this day, so obviously my Japanese has changed since 1997 when I met him. But as my level's gone up, the Japanese level that he speaks also kind of follows that line. Sometimes I don't understand, and sometimes I understand completely. But he has upped the complexity of his Japanese and the speed and the colloquialism of his Japanese as my Japanese has gone up. Of course, not everybody's like this, but I think people like Furuichi sensei are like this. Oshita sensei is like this. They can gauge the other person's level and speak to that level, and then really speak with empathy. I think most of the experienced teachers who come to Europe do this. So yeah, don't be scared. Jump in next time you have a chance. But Mommy Sensei doesn't speak Japanese anymore, Tobe, so don't bother with Mommy Sensei.
I speak with him though.
Oh, right. In Swedish?
Yeah. No, he actually answers me in messages.
Oh, good. In Japanese.
Yeah.
Ah, good. Excellent. Yeah. Really, Tobe, as much as you can, try to use Mommy Sensei's Japanese to practice, because he's a real Japanese person, not like me.
Yeah, no, I'm trying every time I'm there, just
good.
Something, but I haven't met him that often.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a while since I've been there. So we're starting to train again, and now in August. So hopefully we will continuously go there and train some. So
ask him when he's teaching Budo. Ask him to only teach you in Japanese. It shouldn't actually be that hard, because you know most of the terminology, and you know that if it ends with a te, he's saying do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another friend also training Jaido, and who's really good in Japanese. So
who's that?
Patrick.
Almquist.
No, Carlson.
Patrick
Carlson.
Carlson. Oh, I don't think I know.
Jondan.
Oh, okay.
I know him. Yeah.
Oh, really?
He speaks really good Japanese, and Mommy Sensei teaches him in Japanese.
Good.
Seminars.
Yeah.
So
you should
try to listen.
Yeah. Use this opportunity.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So guys, we're going to now do. That used up some time. Well, we're going to do some exercises. Let's do this first. I think Tobe and Constantina, you've almost certainly done this before, but it was a long time ago. So I think you'll find it useful. We're going to go straight into Iaido Japanese for now. We've got some more exercises at the end. Actually, Constantine, I think you were working on this, weren't you?
If it's the 10th kata, I already sent it to you.
Not 10th kata. This is the 5th kata.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Have a quick read through, guys. got nearly every timing reference we've done. Yeah. Okay. There's actually only 2 sentences here. So, Tachi, do you want to do the first sentence?
はい。Just a second, please.
Sure.
I'm not sure how to translate Zenshin Shi.
So Zenshin, it means to move forwards.
Mm.
Mm.
And Shi, what's
so see, guys, you see we've got things like shi here and nukidashi here. This actually means when this is in written Japanese, this is mostly for written Japanese rather than spoken Japanese. This means shite, and this means nukidashite. So that you, in written Japanese, you sometimes, well, quite often actually, you omit the te, because it's in written Japanese, it's kind of obvious what you're saying, but this doesn't make it the imperative. It's the and then te form. Yeah.
Interesting, because I also hear in speaking Japanese, like for like I don't understand how it works, but they say, for example, kiyomi naishi.
Kiyomi naishi. So this means that it means I'm not interested, but this is one reason.
Okay.
So if you said, why didn't you go with the others to the party? If you say kiyomi naishi, means kiyomi nai, I'm not interested. Shi means there's other things as well, etc. So it could be kiyomi naishi, Andy ga kirai desu. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. 右足より正面に向かって前進して means with right foot move forward.
Good. 正面に向かって
is like by taking your foot.
It means mukao means to face towards.
正面に向かって by means by facing forward.
So you see this te here. This is another kind of and then. So
yeah.
This is there's kind of missing in. If we wrote this in English, we'd put more commas in there. We'd say migiashi yori shomen ni mukatte. That shomen ni mukatte is a kind of subclause. Zenshin shite.
With right foot by facing forward, move forward.
Yeah. So like while facing forwards.
While facing forwards.
Move forwards.
Move
exactly.
forward.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
左足を踏み込み出したとき。
Actually, there's ni here as well. That'll explain what the significance of that is in a second. Yeah.
I understand toki, but I'm not sure how to translate it.
So I would.
What is it like while again?
I would go for either when or at the time of.
Yeah. Okay. When left foot 踏み込み出した。Is it like moving forward again or placing forward? Because it's not exactly the same meaning.
It's definitely stepping forwards.
Stepping forward.
But remember, this is the dashita. Remember when we did the toki lesson? This means what? It's the tense of this has got some significance.
Yeah. When you put your left foot forward.
When you have put your left foot forwards.
When
this
you
is
have
saying,
put.
Yeah,
Okay.
it means when that step has been completed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Or when your when your left step is done.
Yes.
That's not good English.
Yeah. Let me do the English part of it then. When the foot has stepped forwards.
Has stepped forwards. 刀に両手をかける。I don't know 素早く。
Subayaku means sharply,
Oh, okay.
like not as in not like a knife. It means quickly.
Yeah, as an action.
Yeah.
A sharp
Yeah.
action. I see. And ryote is like tsuka?
Both hands.
Both hands. Oh.
Ryote.
Okay. Then grab your katana with both hands sharply.
Yes. So yeah. So let's say so kakeru. Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't actually mean grab, because I think what they don't want people to do is grip. Kakeru is what Mersha?
Put your hands on.
It's
Hang.
hanging, so just placing the hands
Exactly.
on the tsuka.
Yeah, exactly. Place your hands. Place both hands on the sword sharply. Yeah. Good. Okay. This toki ni. Do you remember? Why is this not just toki, guys? Anybody can answer?
It's
Yeah,
when you're cutting. So it describes the action, this action particularly.
Yes. So it's saying
When you're doing this cut.
yes. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically saying it's when the left foot is placed forward, then put your hands on the sword, not with the right step, not with the middle step, or the left foot, or the migiashi foot, but the left step. Yeah. So really, in English, it doesn't make too much difference to the sentence. The way I've written it now, when the left foot step forwards, place both hands on the sword sharply. Can't really just make a further distinction. Really. Okay, Konstantinka-chan, do you want to go from here to? Sorry, it's a bit of a shorter bit from here to here.
Okay. Okay. Saya o hidari shita ni kai shinagara. Okay. When the left, I'm thinking the hand, hidari. Saya o hidari shita ni.
So hidari shita means left and down.
So when the saya is on left, putting down the saya, meaning turning.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
While kai shinagara, while kaishu is the turning. This is the turning. While turning the saya left and down. That makes no sense. We nukidasis, we extract the sword.
Good. Yes. Draw the sword. Good.
Nukidashu.
Yeah, exactly. Tobe, do you want to do the rest of it?
Sorry, where we at?
Migiashi.
Migiashi. So right foot does fumi. Okay, so while the right foot comes in.
Yeah, so I think it's a good idea to, now we've done these timing references like several times, to really literally, if you, because I would like to make you guys into accurate translators actually. Just a second. You see, Constantine actually said while turning the side left, so this gives this feeling of doing something like multitasking. So if this is todoji ni, do you remember how to exactly translate this?
At the same time.
At the same time, right.
So at the same time, the right foot comes in.
At the same time as the right foot. So
steps
good.
in.
Yeah, good. Steps in.
Katate, let's see. I think one hand.
Good. Yep.
So the front enemy.
With one hand.
With one hand, yes.
Right, so
one hand.
Just sort of thinking ahead, Toby. Now just read this whole sentence here as one sentence.
Do a kesa cut.
Good. Do a kesa cut.
From the flank.
Good. It's the right flank, right?
Right flank.
Yeah.
On your front enemy.
Good. On your front enemy. Yeah, good.
Kiriageru.
Cut up. Do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can just maybe change this slide. Do a upper kesa cut from the right flank of your front enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It's a compound verb. The kiri and ageru means upwards cut.
Up cut. Yes. In contrast
from below, isn't it?
Well, kiriageru is, think about the opposite of this. It's kirioroshi. Kiriorosu.
Yes. To drop down. Yeah.
Cutting down, cutting up. That's what it means. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, good. Let's move on to the next section. Actually, there's a little bit here that Constantina can do because she only had a small part in that last bit. There's a little note at the bottom of this, which says this. There should be kaishite.
Do I have to do it? Okay.
Please.
Please. So when you cut in the past tense,
I'm going to ask you to be really precise about the definition of this.
Yeah, because it's not talking, so it's not the specific time. But I mean, by the time you finish the uppercut.
Right. So finish. That's the bit I was asking. I was wondering when you have finished. When you have, let's say, completed is a better word. Completed the uppercut.
Turn the katana on the right. Kobushi is the kata is the shoulder. Kobushi.
Kobushi's fist.
Is the fist. Turn the katana on the right fist. Migi kata no johun tonaru.
Sorry, this is a lack of commas in Japanese, which makes it a bit difficult. This here is a little subclause, katana or kaishite. So you said turn the katana, that's then a comma. So if you see something with te on it, this means and then. You should perhaps think of this as being a comma here, actually, a break in the sentence.
Okay. So, and then right fist. Migi kata.
This is your kata.
Yes, the right fist means to be on top of the right shoulder.
Perfect. Fist needs to be above right shoulder.
There's no needs there because there's no obligative, but I'm guessing this.
Yeah, I mean, so this whole book is written in the mass form or just in plain dictionary form. So there's no te meaning do it. There's no obligative in these. So if it says tornado, it means it. This is what happens. So if you say needs, this is fine. It kind of this is basically what it's saying. This means you should do this. You should have the right
fist.
Where it should be. Yeah. So if you say the right fist needs to be above the right shoulder, this is fine. Or the right fist should be above the right shoulder. This is also fine. Yeah, good. Okay.
I realized something when watching senseis talking about the technique, mostly kendo for me. I realized something interesting, that even though they say all these things exactly as it is, they always add to omoimasu, like
I think
as if it's their personal opinion, not a rule. Even if they are talking about the written rule, they still put this, I think, to the end. It's I find it kind of humble, like this is my opinion. I think you should do that. I think this is the right way, but they're not making it like set on stone.
Yeah.
When they are talking.
I think it softens. I think
I mean, these are Hachidan sensei. They don't really need to be humble, but they are.
Yeah. I think generally in conversation, people tend to soften their conversation. So to omoimasu and desho instead of des is quite common because when you're talking to people, you don't really kind of give hard, fast statements. You always kind of say, I think it's this. So if you actually hear, you probably hear this in anime quite a lot, actually. So what's the plain form of des, guys?
Da.
Da. Okay, good. Right, de aru is also correct. De aru and da. So de aru, there is actually a subtle. De aru actually becomes des, and da. It's kind of strong. It's kind of stronger than des, even though it's kind of used as a kind of plain form of des. I mean, there isn't any question about this. Da really means it is. Without doubt, I have no doubts about this. It is something. So when you hear in manga somebody say something like "dameda," sorry, it's dame, dameda. This really, it doesn't mean I think that's not very good. It means that is bad. Yeah, it's really used to kind of express certainty. So even if you're having a conversation with somebody on a casual basis, like if you if you make friends with a Japanese person and you end up chatting at a fairly casual level, be careful to don't use da in casual conversation, because this actually says I know something. If you're having polite conversation, instead of saying des, most people say desho, even though it's a fact. Or like Tachi said, to omoimasu. So just to soften the conversation. If you're talking more casually, then you'd say daro to say I desho, and tomo to say I think.
We had the sensei in Kitamoto from All Japan Kendo Federation. He made most of the teaching with other senseis. And we started calling him Desune Sensei because he just finished all the words with desune. Desune.
Yeah, it's also the kind of thing that a lot of Japanese people do, because I actually find it easier to translate Japanese people when they're seeking confirmation during the explanation by saying desne, because what they actually end up doing is they'll cover, say, from A to B, and then they'll cover it again a little bit by doing desne each time. So you're taking like half steps, and it's much easier to do that kind of translation and understand them than just reading a whole text like this, where there is no confirmation. It's just blah, just comes out. Yeah.
Could you use da in the middle of a sentence?
Not really.
So genki da tomoimasu.
So this is fine. Yeah. So where you've got a softener like to more after it, this is fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But just finishing with da, it's not a grammatical difference. It's just subtly.
Exclamation point.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly this. Yeah. I think this, and I don't give a fuck what you think. That kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. We got some general religion. General revision things to do now.
It's from yesterday's katakana. It's all with crosses.
Oh, dear. Okay, let's do this bit first. Okay, guys, on your knees, hands together.
Pray.
Yeah. Our Father, which art in heaven.
Or when I want to swear, but I'm trying, oh, Jesus Christ, Mother of God, and everything, and then I'm going downhill before start swearing.
Oh, by the way, I know I haven't attended the Katakana Ninja class too much, but I have been working.
Okay, good.
Just to.
Excellent. Have you been enforcing your mnemonics though, Tobe? That's probably the most important part.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's really the key to it, to be honest. Yeah. Good. Okay, let's do these. Tachi, do you want to try this first one?
Hi. Looks like this. Looks like. Is it like a time reference coming
No,
to
no.
coming
So
at the
remember,
beginning?
we did iku so des,
Okay,
and
then it's
iki so des, this kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
スミットさんは、
さんは
ビジネス、trip, what was trip?
This is 出張です。
Business?
出張 just means business trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a second, please.
So actually, I'm going to take this out for a second because this is actually some vocabulary you need a bit later on in the sentence.
Yeah, exactly. August is 8th month. 8月にハワイに首長がHow do I turn this so this to negative?
So you need to say it looks. This is going to be the so des.
行きそうではありません。
No.
No?
Invert the verb instead.
Verb 行く
Yeah, negate this instead.
行きません is straight. How do I say it looks like?
Oh, no. Take ikimasen
Mm-hmm.
and then put this in the plain form.
行きない No, 行か
No,
ない
no, ikanai.
行かないそうです。
Right, so ikanai saw this means I heard that. To say it looks like would be. どうぞ。
行かなくそうです。
No. So to do the looks like this is as ikanai. This is now kind of an e adjective, and all of the looks like sordes, it intercepts the middle of the word. We remove the e.
行かなそうです。Okay. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. はい。
行かなそうです. Good. Okay. 出張. What's the particle? Do you think? Oh, good. 出張行かなそう. As this is iku, yeah, or ni.
Ni.
Yeah.
はい。
Yeah.
Lots of ni.
Yes. Good. Guys, if you put ni after the month, like hachigatsu, it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. This is grammatically fine. It's just that usually during conversation, the month is kind of announced as a kind of status in the sentence. So often people don't even put a particle next to it, just say hachigatsu to kind of make an announcement in August. Hachigatsu.
If I want to say this August, should I say 去年の8月?
That's last year.
Sorry, 去年?
今年. Yeah. And then
今年の8月.
Yeah, exactly. We need not in there in that case. Good. Yes.
It sounds like he goes every August, but this August is not. This year is not going.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Good. Murchan, you seem to be now chilling in your chill position. Never seen you in this position before.
Yeah, because I have done something very clever. I have the air conditioner in the room, the fan in the corner, so arrives all the fresh air to me. So this is the best optimum place.
Zuri. It's quieter as well, no?
Yeah, because I have closed everything.
Good. Excellent. This car looks very dangerous.
この車が危なそうです。
Good. 危なそうです。What about very dangerous?
とても? But you don't like とても?
Yeah. Okay, let's have some alternatives.
Ammari? No, this is the.
We can only use this with negatives usually.
No, with negative, yeah, exactly. I don't remember.
We got mecha,
Mecha.
or kaihen,
Kaihen.
sugoku. If you watch what's her name? Miku Sensei. She tends to use these much more than totemo. Yeah.
No, I use totemo because it likes like totally. So totally. It's totally dangerous.
Yeah.
That's
Good. Okay. Tobe. Oh, you get a slightly more longer one than Constantine as well.
今年には
just 今年は。
OK。今年はフランスの冬へ。
フランスのwinter。
冬。
Yeah.
冬。大変寒いなる。
Not 寒いなる but
寒なる。寒くなる。
Very good. 寒くなる。
そうです。
Good. Yeah. なるそうです。Excellent. Good.
かもね。
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe come on.
I would. I think, but I prefer that you just finished with this with desho.
Desho.
Just to get into good practice of softening your sentences. Or to omoimasu.
イタリアに行った方がいいですでしょ行った方がいい。
イタリアに行った方がいい
でしょう。
でしょう。Right. Or de sho could be replaced with to omoimasu. Both of these are fine.
Okay. And then we had Italia no doro.
Have a look at the whole sentence first, just to kind of make sure you've got the priorities.
Yeah, I would say Fujuni.
Fuyuni.
Fuyu, not Fuju. Fuyu. Fuyuni, Italia no doro.
Italia no doro.
Motto ansen desu.
Not motto. This just means
taihen ansen
desu. Okay, they're much safer. This is comparing Italian roads with other roads. To say Italian roads are much safer, not Italian roads are very safe. It's saying much safer. So this is comparing.
Fuyu ni Italia no doro wa.
Yeah.
Then compare no hoga.
Okay, so not wa, just no hoga.
No hoga ansen desu.
Ansen desu. Good. Yes. Good. Achi. I prefer this ring. I know that it's more expensive, but this one is prettier. I don't think it is too expensive. What do you think? This is just in case you want to get engaged to a Japanese person in your life sometime. You know.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, stranger things happen, right?
Yeah. I'm meeting a lot of Japanese people now, so.
Could meet your future husband.
Prefer. What is prefer?
Who can help, guys?
Machi?
Mashi.
Mashi.
Mashi. Is it a verb?
No, it's an adjective. But what you would, I think you can probably make a simple sentence. Just a second.
Ring again, not Ringu.
Ringu
is a movie.
Who remembers Ring? Anybody? Finger circle.
Yubiga.
Yubiwa.
Yubiwa.
Yeah.
この指は What?
Yeah, exactly. Wa.
Yeah, I can't say mashi desu. Mashi.
Actually, I think you can. I think you can just say kono yubi wa wa mashi desu.
Like hoshi desu, but
Yeah,
mashi.
that kind of thing,
Mm.
or like ski desu. It just means preferable.
Hi.
Yeah.
I know that is more expensive, but this one is prettier. That is more expensive. これはもっと高いけど、
Mm-hmm.
高いの知ってるけど、
One more time.
高いの知ってるけど、
Takai. I know. Takai.
知ってるけど、知ってるけど、
Takai da to takai to shitteru. Yeah, to shitteru.
けど、
Yeah.
So that will be それ。それは。
I think that's.
Or そっちは。
Well, それはそっちは doesn't really matter, to be honest.
Okay, because it's like that one, this one. Okay. Let's go.
Actually, this one. So this in this sentence here, it's talking about the one same ring, the one ring
I
to
understand.
rule them all. So それもっと高い。
それはもっと高いとしてるけど、これは
If you now say これは, you're now changing it from one ring to another. But this is talking about the one ring. それはもっと高いとしてるけど。
I told it was 2 rings, so that one is more expensive, but this one is prettier, so there are 2 rings, no?
No, this is talking about one ring. So I prefer this ring. I know that it is more expensive. This means more expensive than others, but it is prettier.
I
don't think it is too expensive. What do you think? So actually, I can see where you would want to try and use.
Because there's this and that, so I always thought that and this are different rings.
Sorry, this is just my bad English.
I know that it's more. Okay. No, I did not get the English. I know that it's more expensive.
Okay, それもっと高いと知ってるけど。I think you do then need それ again. Yeah. You do need それ.
I don't need the first それは then.
Let's leave it there for a second. Doesn't matter if we repeat ourselves a little bit.
もっと綺麗です。
Now this one, this particular subclause is comparing this ring with others, so you need to make this a comparison sentence.
Comparison. I'm not sure how to do this.
So if you look at what Tobe did before, he said Italy's roads are much safer in the winter. So this is also a comparison sentence. He said Fuyu ni, in winter, Italia no doro no hoga, and then the adjective.
I was writing, so I didn't listen. I don't know what doro no ho means.
So do you remember, for example, let's just do a really quick lesson on this. Constantina san no hoga Andy yori utsukushi desu. I think nobody can argue with that. Okay, so this means Constantina is more beautiful than Andy. But if you knew that that the subject in conversation was me and Constantina, that we are the two people that are being talked about, you don't need to say Andy yori. You can just say, in this case, Constantina san no hoga. Then Andy yori can disappear because you know that it's the comparison with me. Utsukushi desu. So this means Constantina is the most beautiful of all. Constantina is the most beautiful. But what is unspoken is compared with X.
Yeah. I see. Then then 。 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 then Yeah, I replace Konstantina with Kore.
Or let's use sore. Let's use sore.
Sore, okay.
Yeah.
それの方が美しいです。or 綺麗です。
綺麗ですね。はい。Okay.
I don't think it's too expensive. 高いすぎで、高すぎではで思いません。と思いません。高すぎ
Let's make it like this. Yeah, let's do
と
this way
思い
first.
ません。
と思いません。
どう思いますか？
Good. どう思いますか? Excellent. Well done. Good. マシです。それはもっと高いと知ってるけど、それの方が綺麗です。高すぎると思いませんね。思いません。Good. If you said you could have done this with takasugi only, but what you then should say is takasugi da to omoimasen.
Is it the same if we put the takasugimasen to omoimasu, like putting the negative on the
verb?
Yeah.
This is fine. Yeah, but this would then become takasuginai because it's a thought.
Yeah, it needs to
thing,
be on the
isn't it?
plane.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do this. Takasuginai to omoimasu. It's not too. I think it's not too expensive. Yeah. Good. Moyashi-chan.
Moyashi-chan.
Moyashi-chan. This sashimi is more tasty if you don't put soy sauce in it. Please try it this way. This is a real life experience in Kyoto I had.
Okay, let's start with the simple ones. Kono sashimi. Do I have to put the hogai?
Yes, but
or the beneri? No.
But convenient.
No, no, Becky.
Do the Nihongo.
Okay.
Because this is only a kind of soft suggestion, isn't it? It's saying it's tastier if you don't do it. Actually, there's about 3 or 4 different ways of saying this sentence, so I'm going to let you play with it.
I don't think I'm going to do it for.
I don't want to force you down a particular method. I'd like you to just use what you feel comfortable with.
I'm trying to understand how on earth I'm gonna do it. Should I put if you don't put soy sauce first and then
like a conditional?
Yeah.
You could do this.
Moshi. That was the moshi. Okay, don't put how to say put?
Skeru.
Yeah. Okay. To kattara?
Oh, skull. Yeah, you can use skull.
To kattara.
We need an object there, don't we?
Shoyu. O to katta.
Remember, if you don't use it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how the honest with it. To katarana. No.
Make the plain negative first.
Tsukao, tsukanai.
Tsukawanai, ne?
Tsukawanai, tsukawanai, tsukawanatara.
No, this has to be. This is treated as an e adjective, isn't it?
Oh.
So this has to be. Dozo.
Tsukawanakunai.
No.
To do the
Tara conditional, right? Is what
yes.
you're doing. So this needs to be Tsukawanai. This is good, isn't it? Now think of this as an E adjective. And now do the past tense into the tana form. Okay.
No,
know,
I was thinking, why I needed to put it on the past form?
Because it's tara.
Tsukawana katara.
Very good. Well done.
Okay.
Katara. Well done.
Haven't used the conditional for so long, I forgot. It's true. If I need to repeat the old ones,
No, you did it.
all-time classic.
It's well done.
See, moshi shouldn't. It's more than motto oishii desu.
Oishii desu.
Let's
Okay.
try it this way. Tabete mite onegaishimasu.
Tabete mite. So in this case, if you say onegaishimasu, it sounds really kind of like, please. Could say it's fine.
Kudasai. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
So what
right.
is the other word? The other ways to do it
Tobe, tachi?
with a hoga ide.
Yeah.
It's conditional, right? We need to pick a conditional.
No, I don't think so.
Because, like, I think bar conditional would be interesting.
Let me try something with you guys. Let me give you a suggestion, just to kind of point you in the rough direction. Then you can run with it. Sheet or berto. Or now, what you just did was moshi sheet belt o shimetara motto anzen desu. If you wear a seatbelt, it's much safer. But we didn't use this sentence structure to talk about seatbelt wearing. We said, what do we say instead? Yeah, or shimeta hoga ii desu. Or ii desu or anzen desu, ne?
So if I put the tabeta hoga ii desu.
We're not saying taberu here, you're saying using skau.
Chukata.
But remember, this is not use.
But it sounds, if we apply this form, it will sound like you better not put soy sauce in it.
No. It's not saying ides at the end of it. You're saying oishii desu. So you're saying it's better if you don't use soy sauce. It's more delicious if you don't use soy sauce. Just.
Do we need moshi?
No. Sorry, I was just copying. Shoyu sashimi or shoyu. Sorry, let's do it.
Tsukawanai
Yeah.
ga motto oishii desu.
You don't need motto in this case, do you? Just oishii desu.
It's more.
It says more tasty, so
Yeah.
it is a comparison.
Oh, sorry. Tsukawanai hoga oishii desu.
Oishii desu.
Guys, let me just make this clear what the differences are. Just
I need to go.
Oh, sure, Toby. Thanks for coming today.
Could I just give it a try? The next one.
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah, please do.
So,
yep.
ドアが中に鍵をかけられました。
Sorry, one more time slowly. Sorry.
ドアが
Yep.
中に鍵をかけられました。
Yep.
僕は
we don't need to say who it is. Just
okay. So, yeah. 窓で入らなければならないんです。
Oh, nice. ならないんです。Good. Okay. This is good, Tobe. What I was hoping for was the state continuous.
Okay.
You can do that for homework. You can do it for homework. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. This makes sense. This is absolutely fine. But this would be kagiga. See. Kagi o. I think here as well. Kagi.
Yeah. This is the passive.
Yeah.
by another
But-
agency. Right.
Pour un petit peu de travail de maison.
Mm.
My perfect French. Can you do this for homework?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, into the state using state
The
continuation.
states. Ah, right. I will.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Grazie,
Uh,
grazie.
Matane.
Matane. Right, let me just quickly, this will may be useful to kind of have this as a reference. When you use conditionals, so in particular, this particular question about using conditionals for using soy sauce on this particular fish. If you use conditionals, this basically makes it if A, then B. It's kind of a binary result. If you do X, then Y happens. It's either on or it's off. It's not kind of to any degree. But when we use this hoga ides kind of thing, what this now makes is come on. Aye. So you're going to have to indulge my mathematics with this. It creates this relationship. It says A is proportional to B. That the more of A you do, then the more B gets bigger.
Hmm.
So skawanai hoga oishides means, of course,
Less
you're either
you use,
using it or you're
more-
not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sort of suggests the less you use of it, the more delicious it is. So in this case, it's actually a reverse relationship. It's actually going down in this direction. But this is why we kind of use this. You can use conditional, but it just sounds like it's kind of a clunky mechanical function that if you don't use it, it's delicious. And if you do use it, it's not delicious. But this isn't what the sentence means. It just means it's more delicious if you don't use it. So
Mm.
there's a kind of, if you use a tiny bit, it's pretty nice. If you use none at all, then it's even better. If you use lots, it's not that nice at all. So there's a relationship between the amount of soy sauce you use and how delicious it is. And this is what this Nihongo does for you. It creates
And if
this.
we want to say the opposite, if you put a lot of soy sauce in it, it will be terrible. Then would we use hoganai again, or the
just
conditional would be better?
Scatta hoga mazui desu.
Still, hoga is more
Yeah.
useful.
There's a much more how can I say, literal verb set for doing this. A is related to B, which is using something called hodo. We haven't done it yet. We'll come back to it another time.
Yeah.
But,
So it's more than condition, it's a suggestion.
in this case, yeah,
Right.
it's saying you should kind of do this really. If you do this, then this will kind of be the result. Okay. Oops, sorry, what happened? Share screen. Okay. Right, let's get on to the next one. So let's get rid of this. Sorry guys, I'm running out of Zoom writability. Tachi. While I drive my car, I like to listen to classical music.
While toki.
That's when you can use toki. This means when I drive my car.
Nagara.
Nagara, yeah.
Nagara is better. 車を運転しながら
Good.
クラシック音楽を
Yeah.
聞いたことが好きです。
Okay, you can say
聞
kikuto.
くことが好きです。
Yeah, this is good. If you're writing it, then koto is better. If you're
Right.
saying it, then this would be no.
Right.
Kiku no ga suki desu. Good. Konsta linka chinka. I cried while cutting onions. Maybe it is better to cut them underwater, but then I'll have to use a snorkel.
I said this before, I will say it again. Were you drunk when you're making this?
Almost certainly, yeah. Based on the lack of sobriety in my life, then I would say almost certainly I was drunk. Yeah. It's what happens if you wake up to a glass of brandy next to you. It's like, oh, nice.
Oh, coffee. I don't think so. Brandy.
This will pick me up.
May I make a comment on this? I mean, you're always
my drunkenness.
No, not your drunkenness, but the examples. Sometimes I think like we're always talking about the first person. I know in Japanese you always drop it, but do you think we could also make samples like he, she, they, and still make the same sentence just to be aware of it?
Like the next one?
Yeah.
There you are. Done it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. The reason why we don't do quite as much of that is that probably for most people when they're learning Japanese, their first actual application will be talking about themselves and the person they're talking to. So we kind of work on things like, can I do this? Would you please do this? When we're talking about other people, this usually becomes reported speech, which we're actually getting into slowly. But yeah, that's why we're doing it.
It also becomes more formal, right? The way we speak about other people.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, remember, this is still the beginner's class, really, the ASAHI class. So it feels like we're kind of going through this very basic Japanese, always in the first and second person perspective. But it's only because we're getting there slowly. Constantine will attest to the point that in the Tasogare class and on the Sunday class, we do much more third person Japanese. Yeah.
Hi.
Don't worry, the time will come.
Your time will come, young Padawan.
Young Pandawan. Okay. The owner is Negi. Negi. Negi or Kinagara.
So not Kinagara. Dozo.
Kirinagara.
Good. Kirinagara.
Nakimashita.
Nakimashita. Good.
Tabun.
Mochiron.
Mochiron. It is better to cut them underwater. Is sui something. I don't remember the rest of it.
Suika, I think, which also means melon.
Suitsu or suika?
Suika, I think. Suika.
Suimenka.
Means watermelon. Fire underwater. Chika. Sweet. Why isn't it underwater? Underwater.
Suitsu.
Ah, suichu. In water means in water. Yeah. Suichu.
Water and in. The two kanjis. Okay.
It's this. It's a compound of mizu. I can write it actually. Suichu.
But it's in Chinese.
Yeah. So just water and middle. Yeah.
Okay. Suitsu. Kita hoga ii desu.
What particle do we need under suichu?
Oh.
No,
I'm doing something de.
De, good, yes. And what's the rest of the sentence?
Kita.
Yeah.
Hoga ii desu.
Good. Yes, good. But then I'll have to wear a snorkel. So if we're starting a sentence with but, we start with
Demo.
demo. Demo is kind of although, but is much more like shikashi.
Shikashi.
Yeah.
Shikashi. Snorkel or
Snorkel. Or
使わなければなりません。
使わなければ。
使わなければ。You want to use the en des.
This is actually where we really need ndes. If you just say demo shikashi snorkel, it just there's kind of like this random thing you say. But I have to wear a snorkel. What? But you need to connect this sentence to the previous one with ndes.
So if the indes, should I put it on the hoga and indes, or should I finish
no.
with the indes?
On here.
Okay. 使わなければないんです。ないんです。
Naru is the verb. Naranai is what is nari. We normally say narimasen, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
なりません。ならないんです。
No, oh, sorry, I didn't hit the nara bit. Naranai des.
Maybe I was holding my microphone too close.
Maybe I'm just not listening. でも、しかし、スノーケルを使わなければならないんです。Yeah, good. This is pretty good. Okay. Tachi, as requested, here is your third person example. Are you muted at the moment? Tachi, you're muted at the moment.
はい。
はい。
アンディさんは、Do you use 学生？
Yep.
学生たちに、
actually, ni or both are going to be fine in this.
Yeah. たくさん宿題を
Good.
What was made again? I don't remember. We made the sentence like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I forgot. Made.
Moyes-chan, any ideas? How would you construct this? Moyashi-chan?
I'm thinking.
My neighbor's not helping.
Breaking down walls.
Or their heads, I don't know.
So, shall I explain?
お願いします。
To make, i.e. force, or to let someone do something, we use what's the form called? That's it. Moyes-chan, dozo. You're muted.
で欲しいです。
Oh, no.
No,
I thought
this.
No, I was thinking of causative.
The causative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that makes two of us.
Causative.
I just looked at all those papers a few days ago when I was writing the Excel sheet. I went through it. させ
Oh, go on. Yeah, go.
Something like that.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
宿題を
You said it, and then you changed it.
させて
Sase.
させ
This is the verb. It's
いや
already,
させる
so
させ
it's in the past tense.
させました
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, this is it. You just made the causative form of suru. Suru is saseru.
Yeah, my brain still works.
Yay.
I upped the candle last night.
Okay, good. And
Hi.
then Costa?
Go full.
Excuse me.
Yaseru? No.
Please let me get dinner.
Yasumu. Yes, please.
Yes, is the
Yasumu.
yeah.
Yes, yasumasete kudasai.
Perfect. Yes, good. And then finally, Tachi, would you please let me listen to this music?
この音楽を聞かせてください。
Good. Exactly this. Kikasete kudasai. Excellent. Well done.
Woohoo!
よくできました.
I have to say, all the Asahi classes disparate. How is the English word? I forgot.
Say it in Italian.
Disparito.
They're all seems to be scattered
Gone.
around.
Yeah.
Scattered.
Until they are starting to work.
Yeah.
They are a little. No. It's
Vacation mode.
You mean?
They don't come to Asahi class anymore.
Oh, the people you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting less and less people dropping out.
Yeah, Ramon sent me a message saying that he was having some issues at home, and he's now coming back to the classes. But this was supposed to be today. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could be that I was pushing the Asahi class a little bit too hard. Maybe.
I don't think so.
But
Not
I guess
more than us.
it's like an Iaido class, isn't it? You get 10 new beginners, and you'd be lucky if one of them stays. Oh, yeah.
By the way, I want to start coming on Tuesday nights because I don't have Tuesday trainings anymore.
Okay. Do you know what I might do? Because this Asahi class has been quite quiet for quite a few weeks now. I'm thinking about closing it, and providing it doesn't exclude anybody from coming, then it means because I'm starting to get busier now, and I was thinking I need to reduce one of the classes, and this might be the one. If none of the
Nihonbashi.
Yeah, that would. You probably find it more rewarding anyway, because most of the people who come to Nihonbashi are from the Tasogare class, so you'll be training with people who are you're either more advanced with or at the same level.
Yeah, it might be a bit stressful.
I don't think so. It's only doing what we're doing now. It's just that we can often go off and do other things as well. I know Harry uses this on Thursday. I'm just going to stop recording now. Actually, hang on.